Dust2, and LG didn't ban it, which was kind of surprising, I think, considering Liquid love it so much. But here we are into the pistol.
Yeah, Luminosity maybe could have won the veto harder, but here's Fur aggressive off the catwalk. He's actually looking up into the cross of T-Spawn to try to find something as the smoke's going to come over. That one going to bloom on top of the Xbox. He goes out for the peek now, and Fur still wants some more. Nitro to find the first kill here of this semifinal. That's Fur going down, and they're just going to fly through the Xbox smoke and go straight out to middle. Will they expect another player? No, it's Cold coming away with one. Can he find any more? He does. He gets two. Now forced on the reload, and the other player falling back in red HP. That's Kusta. He goes down. Luminosity 3-on-2 right now. Man spotted at the B double doors as Adren will fall. So it's Hiko who showing that love for his mom on Mother's Day. But what can he do here behind headshot box? 1-on-2. Everyone fairly low right now.
Yeah, he's got the bomb spotted. He saw a CT cross through the doors, and he knows that there's going to be one more somewhere nearby there. He hears his bullets whizzing past. Hiko has a position right now where he can actually find the first shot, but he's got to make it a headshot. Anticipating a jump peek, isn't going to find that. And crossing with the Tech 9, looking for a few bullets, but can't do it. Taco already crossing the B site. Cold Zero's firing up.
Yeah, Taco took that trip immediately. He fell back from the mid double doors, went up to the tunnels, and you could see Hiko was really expecting the re-peek from the mid double doors, but no, it's all the way from behind. And Cold Zera is the big player here, who the second player out in middle, they did not expect him.
Yeah, so they threw the Xbox smoke. They wanted to go up cat. They actually wanted to fake cat and then go mid B, but the thing is they didn't give enough time for the rotates to come out. So instead, they went up cat, they got the kill. If they spent like 5 seconds on cat, maybe they would have had two players cross towards A because they were over-rotated to B. And instead, they just ran out mid and ran right into them as they were rotating and gave them a couple of kills. So that was a big mistake by Liquid.
And Liquid not wanting to get close to those pistols, so they will give up long completely, and Liquid have taken full control of that. It's Fallen up in that A site with his scout, and we saw again a quick cap boost coming out from Luminosity. I believe it was FNX with his UMP boosted on the box there, getting that information into lower B. Another place where you can get a lot of information on your CT side.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? We have mid being spotted from all angles. Lowers being spotted, mids being spotted. They know it's long right now, and Fallen can take first contact. He also has two players on a quick rotate.
He'll actually give up the site a little bit. The smokes are going to come out. He'll throw a Molotov to maybe slow them down. No, he goes back to the scout, jumping, and he'll take a Liege out with a headshot. Now Molotov off of Pizza. That's gonna hurt the planter a little bit. Kusa down to very low HP on 13 right now. He's able to back out into Goose. Now Fur coming out long, expecting one more in the pit as he looks for his second kill. There he finds it onto Hiko, and pulling out the USP. Immediate headshot onto the player in pit. Bomb is planted, but it's another round for Luminosity.
Sometimes you got to trust yourself to retake, and we see that right there from Fallen. He takes the shot, but he falls all the way off the cat. Make sure he doesn't die. They have cat control. They have a flank on long, and there's no way these pistols can hold down long versus retake. So they know that the only way to give up these kills is to play too close to the boxes or the ramp where the pistols can close the distance, and they didn't give him any of those advantages. And there's Fur, nice USP shot to the head to clean up the round.
Yeah, they barely even took any damage at all. I think only Fallen took damage there. All 5 staying alive for Luminosity. Not having to buy a lot of nades back up, not having to buy Kevlar. So great start for Luminosity as Liquid on a full eco right now. Just the Tech 9 here on Nitro. Like how aggressive Cold is getting, and he's with FNX.
Yeah, all the way up middle. Tunnel's being pushed. We got Fur escorted to spawn, and he's going to have a huge flank right now. I don't know if they're watching it.
Yeah, talk about information. Luminosity controlling absolutely everything, but it's still Kusta that will get the first kill. That was Fur who had pushed through the B tunnels. He's been taken down.
He got absolutely brutalized. Kusta didn't even take a point of damage there. Now it's 5v4. The thing is, Luminosity still have lots of information, though. They're still posted up in tunnels. That means they have to play no one in B. They can spot mid to make sure no one goes cat, but it doesn't really matter. They have a cat player as well.
Liquid are playing this one out really, really slow, and it's working out. Coming away with the first 2 kills of the round. Nitro and Adren doing the damage there to FNX, but it's Cold Zera getting the first kill on the board this round for Luminosity. Taco answering back from lower B. He's going to find 2 with the FAMAS. Now man advantage here for Luminosity. That nade could hurt. Yes, it does. No armor on those guys. Adren and Kusa taking so much damage. Kusa still holding out the angle. Fallen. I'm sure we'll see him here a lot with the scout or an op. Still with the scout. And some of those bullets on that jumping UMP actually connecting. And Kusa on 11 HP. He's in a very tough spot. You can see someone's on the flank and
in Cold fashion.
And, you know, Cold Zera jumping, why not? Something he is known for.
Let's get a graffiti.
Yeah, let's commemorate that moment.
Yeah, there's Taco in lower, and we see right here that Liquid just didn't expect Luminosity to get so frisky, and it was 4v5. And I think if they were a little bit more mindful of that, they might have been able to isolate him, because they left B kind of open, but it's because they had someone in tunnel. So that's someone they could have crunched if they knew it was happening, and they decided to go to A, which is exactly what Luminosity wanted.
And we see Kusta in his little interview, he talked about sitting back even on the T side with the op, but he goes aggressive for the peak, may have had the spawn at the long doors. He wasn't unable to get anything, and Fnax is going to spray now too. Now Fur getting involved from the pit, just finding the one. Hiko answers back, but then he falls to Fallen. And it's a Dren all alone as this kind of lurking IGL role in the upper B tunnels.
Kind of backwards to what you would imagine. You would think Hiko would be on the other side of the map and Dren with the rest of the crew. But instead, it's a Dren to get some information, and maybe the rest of Liquid to take their spawns. And now 1v4, a little bit low on HP.
And now stuck in the corner, tried to use one flash to get out, but FNX not going to allow it. And another round there for Luminosity.
And so we just see long control just get completely shut down, and it makes you think, should Liquid have just taken their time there and gone for a slower pace long control instead of just running out? But you know, running out works if you have a really good spawn. The thing is that at long, CTs have, if a T and a CT have the best spawn, the CT always gets there first. So there's always kind of a good reason not to use your spawn on T side. Also, late long is very powerful, so maybe they'll consider that in the future.
And this could start to get scary pretty early on, because coldzera's already gone out for the op, and we know what he's capable of. I mean, he's a secondary op on this team. He could probably go to another team and be the primary. That's how good he has been with it recently.
I mean, he could probably pick up any role on any other team for the most part. He's just that good of a player, very complete. And he was even calling in the OT of Mirage, remember, at the major.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also got the MVP for that tournament, and coldzera with the first kill in this round. He finds Nitro, and well, Cold getting the op kill, that is some information to Liquid, as they just have the pistols on this round, that the double op setup is probably out. Fnax playing close to the mid double doors, hoping for this push, and just looking the other way in case a flash comes. But coldzera continuing to line up the shots. That's actually the third! He was so blind, and now they're so tunnel visioned onto Cold that Fnax is able to spray down one. And is that a 4K for coldzera right there?
Yeah, just peeking out of that smoke like a wasp and just stinging them over and over again at the most inopportune moments for Liquid, as they just tried to avoid him, basically. Devoted all their attention to that. FNX was right there by the door to clean up the rest of the frags. And now Liquid are off to that quick 5-0. We got another buyout for Liquid. The last rifle we saw, they wasted it on a long hit, which resulted in one frag. So now we're going to have a default to change up the pace.
Yeah, Kusta waiting here in spawn. He's got the bomb with him and the op. He should have the information. Maybe they use nade smoke to cover it, but 3 people for Luminosity actually went over to this B site. So that's a pretty heavy B defense right now.
Yeah, we got a stringent default here. 3 people actually in B from Luminosity. It means they're really hoping that it's going to be some sort of mid B that they can bait them into coming to C. A is a lot weaker at this moment, but since Liquid haven't actually made noise, I think LG feel comfortable just waiting for now, holding their setup. Now let's see if Liquid fall right into this trap. Yeah,
and as long as Luminosity, yeah, they only have 2 at A, but they can fall back to long, and if they maintain long control, then the 3 others can rotate out of B and just go for the retake onto A. Minute left on the clock right now. Hiko is finally going to give up controlling the long area for the T side, and he's going to go back with his team here in middle. Everyone's starting to work up catwalk. Some smokes coming out, kind of feigning that mid to B, but there was nothing else behind it.
A lot of reason to go up cat here. They just have to avoid fall in if possible. Good flashes will make that happen.
Oh my goodness, what a flick! Nitro thought he might get the kill because he dropped off of Cap, but Fallen is too fast. And now coldzera, he's still got eyes out on that CT side of middle from the double doors. The bomb's going to go down. Liquid are a man down, but here's a Dren to even it up. Can he get any more here? Kusta actually finds Fallen, but a Dren is one and done. Taco takes him down. Now Hiko to find Fur. That was on the catwalk on his approach. He's down to 10 HP. Liquid man advantage right now. Bomb planted. Good situation for them, as coldzera and Taco are going to work their ways up the catwalk.
Cat was the exact choke point they wanted to exploit. And now it's the retake that they're thinking about, though. Taco is extremely hurt. I don't know if they have much of a chance here. Oh, he's just going to go down. And coldzera putting himself in a bit of danger as well, missing a shot and getting killed for it. Hiko cleans it up, and now they have 1 round.
Yeah, coldzera actually missing 2 op shots there, and that's a very, very important round. That was the second rifle that Liquid had, and they were able to convert that one.
So Liquid actually picked the perfect choke point to exploit, right? Cat was the what you could see on the minimap as the exact place that they wanted to go. There was no one at Goose, there was only Fallen at car. Fallen got a kill, did his job, but didn't actually manage to stay alive, so you could say almost failed in that sense. And Fur going down at long as well meant A was just fully reliant on their sight holds.
Cold knows that he has one pinned in that corner, but the smoke's going to go down. Meanwhile, Fur finding the first kill of the round. That's on to Hiko. Taco also helping out in B, and it's the same setup from Luminosity one more time. 2 players in B and 1 watching CT middle.
Man advantage now, Luminosity. Gotta say that op shot from Fallen was menacing. Gonna need his seat height, arm length, mouse pad, sensitivity.
Headset. So Kusta still with his op. He might have to... oh, Adren has one as well. So double op here for Liquid. As it's a shame that Hiko went down. It was Fur that took him out pretty early on.
Liquid have the info that mid isn't being played. It's the exact same setup as last round. The setup that didn't work for Luminosity. But Liquid might actually be buying into this. Adren not even going to spot anyone in CT. And he gets to a certain point where he's exposed to window. No op in window, however, to shoot him in the side. So... and it looks like they're not falling for it once again. Looking to split A, and it's the right decision.
And for hiding out by the blue bin, this is often an angle that won't get cleared because you're going to want to clear the other side first a lot of the times. So Fur is likely to get one frag here, and he hears people running. He's got some information. He knows that one's coming around, and yeah, they clear it second, so Fur finds the first kill. Can he find one more? Yes, he does. He gets Kusta as he re-peeks back out. Now just on to Adren and Elige, the last 2 members up here for Liquid. Bomb is going down, planted for the catwalk. But you can see Adren pushed up with him. They don't maintain the catwalk control, and a near headshot there for Adren. Elige will actually take down Fur, now 2 on 3. A little bit easier, but still going to be difficult for Liquid to convert this one. Adren hitting another shot, and I think there was a jumping dink there onto Adren. He goes down, and then FNX moving up takes down Elige, so he gets a double on that retake, and now it's going to be 6-1 in favor of Luminosity.
Think about that round if Kusta stays alive at long, and he just catches Fur crossing back from long to A site. Now, Kusta actually peeked out into the angle and took a bullet, and that's all he needed to die because he only had 20 HP after the first contact he had with Fur. And that pretty much cost him the round. Here's Fur getting the first one, doing a lot of damage to Kusta, and then Kusta pushing right into his shot. If he just stays alive a little bit longer, yeah, he might let Fur cross back, but he also is a presence at long, and that's something that Luminosity will have to think about if the bomb goes down.
All right, well, here's Kusta with the op, getting Fur on the cross. And then a Liquid looking to fly out long and get that control very early on. Fallen, he's going to have to hit his shots, or he's going to be stuck here on the car. He'll miss his first one. He wants to go out for another. That one just a bit of a pre-fire. He's going to smoke and flash, try to use that utility to get out of here. Or not, just going to stick around. coldzera bringing the other op over. He'll get the first player. That's Nitro trying to get up to the long platform. He'll be brought down. Kusta, meanwhile, finding FNX. I think Kusta was watching the flank. And Fallen is able to switch that position. He'll hit a shot on the fallback. That's onto Adren. We've got a 3-on-3 with a little over a minute to go here in round 8.
At about 116, Taco pushes upper tunnels when they have the man disadvantage, and he's got the info to help even out here. But Luminosity also find a kill, so that just amplifies the power of this play. Now, mid control is trying to be regained by Liquid, something you do when you take long control. You dedicate a lot of people because you might have a lot of enemies facing you. Taco spotted in lower. It won't actually mean anything. He's not going to have anyone in spawn to contact him, but it might push him back into the site. No, looks like he's re-aggressing.
And we got Kusta situated over in pit. coldzera is going to bring down Hiko as he gets into the catwalk. coldzera hitting another one there onto Elige. That's going to be a 3K on the round for him. And Kusta in pit now. He's got no teammates to work off of, so he's just going to have to move up and try to get this done himself. He's reclaimed the bomb. He has no utility, so if he's crossing, it's either going to be jumping very quickly or maybe trying to fight his way across. You can see holding the angle down there, it's Fallen with his op. So Fallen finds 2, coldzera finds 3. That's 5 op kills on that round for Luminosity.
Yeah, they just took their time with it. Liquid are not abusing long control in a very effective manner. Like, they actually got it that round and kept so many alive. You see, they still have 5 alive in this moment, but coldzera finds a pick, and Fallen stays alive at car, so they don't neutralize a person who's in a very vulnerable spot, and they need to do that as rotates come out. So they took a little bit too much time, and they didn't make any use of long control. Instead, they got thinned out, got picked off, and eventually it came to the point where they simply lost the round because of it.
And Liquid have really yet to commit to the mid B or even just a fast B. Here they're going to go upper tunnels into lower tunnels, and now they're meeting a lot of resistance. Fur getting in close, and nade going to go in, causing quite a bit of damage. Nitro caught spinning around, so Fur finds 2. Adren does get that 1 kill with his P250. And Fnax turning from that flash and spraying down two quick headshots from him. And now it's Kusta all alone. He's going to be spotted, trying to get out of tunnels, and Taco won't let that happen.
That was nutty from FNX. Get those kills in tunnels. And yeah, they keep 4 alive here. I mean, economy's not a problem for Luminosity. It's really a matter of what do Liquid do and what are they going to do, because now we're moving to another buy. I don't know if actually Kusta will be able to afford an op. That's a... Yeah, it doesn't look like he can, and it's going to be a relatively low buy. So if Luminosity find out they hear AKs on this round, they're going to know that the utility is pretty low for Liquid, considering they had an op in the previous round. They saved one, and now they're buying. Yeah,
only 4 smokes for Liquid and 2 flashes. That's going to make it so difficult to get past, again, the ops of coldzera and Fallen. And unscoping, but he gets back in time and finds 2 quick ones onto Elysian Nitro. coldzera locking down that CT sign of middle, and we've got that 3B set up again. So they've brought down coldzera. They've now actually spotted Taco as Kusta goes up on the double boxes. Things are working out, but will they expect FNX? No, they don't. He finds 1 on the cross. And especially Hiko down there in CT spawn, coming away with 2 kills. Now it's all going to be on Fur. He stops Hiko from crossing the mid-double doors. Now into a one-on-one. Kusta planting the bomb. He's got just an AK right now. I don't know if there's any utility laying around that he could maybe scavenge. So a little less than 40 seconds on that bomb timer now.
Playing big box, this is pretty much the ultimate spot to play a 1v1 from if you don't think they're coming tunnels. And he finds the info, so he knows it's either going to be door or window. And Fur has to make a decision. Actually moves the double stack, and Fur hears this. And playing off that, looks for the kill, but Kusta gets away with a headshot. And Liquid pick up a second round.
That was worrisome for Kusta. So much damage getting spammed through the box. Kusta, he's got to be tagged up, peeking somewhat slow, but he still gets the headshot and a second round there for Team Liquid, but that's just one person surviving.
Hiko is the real MVP of that round, though. Sitting in CT, getting 3 frags at 3 completely different angles. I mean, completely destroyed Luminosity all by himself.
And you can see Luminosity's buy is not quite as good just because they got the FAMAS on Fur, but they maintained the double ops. And look at Liquid, even though they won the round, they've got a Tech 9, some utility on Nitro, and a Galil here on Elige.
What is this ridiculous ang from coldzera? Can he actually see something through this? Tom Clancy himself.
Yeah, pushed up to that smoke that he put there by the Xbox. I don't know, it was hard to tell. Maybe if he'll use it again, we can keep an eye on it. But look at Fur and Fallen. Again, aggressive on the catwalk. Fallen looking into lower B, and Fur just watching that cross.
They have no one to throw the cat flash, so they're going to walk right into an op pick. Oh!
Or run into it with the Galil and actually find the entry. Fur's going to go back for the op, so he'll maintain that. Maybe we'll leave a FAMAS behind. Maybe a gun Nitro can pick up. Taco looking to push very aggressively. Fur empty-handed there, tries to get out to long. Hiko once more finding a double kill. And Liquid are going to get onto this A bomb site to plant. You can see Luminosity, I think, going into T-spawn, gearing up to save already.
Wow, Liquid acting fast there, having the presence of mind to go along that quickly, like caught Fur off guard. You rarely see Luminosity get caught rotating, and that was a situation where Fur came around the corner at the worst time possible and got punished right away. Didn't even have time to shoot his op, and was just probably going to post up on the long cross. Little did he know that 4 players from Liquid were come barreling around the corner. So they get the plan off, and that's another round that they win at A. This time they keep 5 alive, so off the back of the clutch from Kusta, they convert into 2, and now their money's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, Kusta right now actually 9 and 6, so leading the charge. Hiko 9 and 9, and Hiko's actually got 2 double kills in the last 2 rounds now.
The scary part is coldzera is literally farming right now, and he's not even playing the site that Liquid are going to and winning rounds, meaning that every time they come to the other site, it's Luminosity to be able to steal it up, no problem. He's got 15 frags already. He's not even at A, even though the last, or 3 out of the 3 rounds that Liquid have won, it's been off A splits.
All right, well, double ops coming out for Liquid right now. Neither one of them gonna take a shot on the 2 people crossing, but they do get that early information that 2 have gone over, which is actually a little bit different. Luminosity's been sending 3 to that portion of the map so often. This time they'll put 2 more aggressive on Cat with 1 locking down A site.
Actually, Kusta did get a plan at B and win that round, so 2 and 1.
And that was a round at B where Luminosity had 3 people playing there.
Yeah, and Cold got 2 frags. No, tunnel control is being taken. This is really scary. Luminosity will always push you, you know, like, they have no fear. They'll do things repetitively, but they have a really good idea of how to make it an awkward pattern. Like, you wouldn't expect 2 rounds in a row. You wouldn't expect this round in the 3rd. And it seems like Taco has been given the control of it. I mean, they're not even, like, they could fully expect him to re-aggress, but maybe aren't assuming that he will.
So on almost all the rounds we've seen Liquid take this long control, they haven't been able to do anything with it.
Yeah.
And it's coldzera, who you mentioned was kind of farming. He does actually give up the long A angle, though.
Yeah, I mean, he could still hit shots crossing. Like, he could peer over a smoke on the cross and hit people on the sight box. They actually don't have any utility, however, so, you know, they're really going to have to put some raw fragging power to work here with these AWPs and running right into the stack of Luminosity right now. What?
Yeah, that's a little true for both teams. They only have that one smoke for the cross and looking for it with this CZ. You know how scary this gun could be close up. Fnax and coldzera. That's coldzera with an op headshot, moving out of the flames very, very quickly. That Dren will take down Fur. I think that was, he was the guy on the cap side of that sight box. Look at Fallen, though, going to work with the scout, jumping over elevator. He takes down Kusta with another scout headshot. Here's Elige now started to go to work. He finds coldzera. It's going to be a 1 versus 4 for him. Now a 1 versus 3. He gets the player over a car. That's Taco down, but look at the time, 4 seconds. Elige wants to get out to that op. At least preserve that for the next round.
And his goal becomes just to stay alive. And wow, Luminosity, yeah, just having the appropriate setup there. They had 2 players on cat. A couple ended up in CT, which is usually the best way to lose versus a long hit. The long cross smoke comes out, and you were too scared to gamble, so instead you got into a rotator spot, which is like in the ramp or elevator area, and then you get completely smoked off, but they still managed to do the damage. I mean, Fallen getting those scout kills on long is ridiculous, but I don't know, maybe they should have kept long cross smoked and just hope that no one took a shot, or maybe listened for it first. It's hard to say.
It's gotta hurt to lose a round like that. You had a double op setup, and you go down to the scout. And Fallen will keep on with that same weapon. And actually, coldzera's gone off the op right now. He's going to go back to that M4A4. Just the 1 kit here on Fallen. Luminosity leading 9-3 right now as we are nearing the end of the first half.
And now we've got basically a setup for a mid-B split. It's similar to a 2-1-2. We have a rotator here. That's our number 2 man. He's going from game helper to CT spawn over and over again. It's his job to basically listen for cat, and also if they come mid-B, call for it, try to stop the aggression with some grenades, and then maybe fall back.
Well, Fnax flashed up, now smoked off here in CT spawn. He's got to flash out. He might want to pop flash and go through this. And actually flash coldzera, his teammate, who's waiting on the other side of another smoke that's out there in middle. So it's going to be very chaotic if Liquid decide to go. They haven't quite done it yet. Oh, a player has pushed. That's Elige, I think, into CT. He's going to come away with 2 kills. He brings out Fallen and FNX. coldzera finally on the delayed trade out and finds 2 of his own. So staying 3 on 3 and a ridiculous 3rd shot onto Hiko, who was up on the catwalk. Man advantage now for Luminosity. Time getting low, but Liquid arming up the bomb here on the A site. Planning for the long plant. It looks Nitro going to cross very, very quickly and look to maintain long control. He's got to win this battle. This is a big individual one, and he'll do it. He takes down Fur. Now Kusta coming to help out. 2 on 2.
Fur really wanted to stay alive in that moment. coldzera, who already has 3 kills in the round, is moving into the second 2 players, actually gets the first one, and he has 4 kills on for the ace, and Kusta's puts it up on him. This is a shot that he can't miss. It's one that he set up for, but no, Cole gets the ace. All 5 kills. Unbelievable. That 3 frag at mid was ridiculous. Yeah. That 3rd frag on cat is the one that you don't expect him to get. The one that, even if he doesn't get, you go, wow, nice 2K from Cold, and instead he completes a sequence.
Yeah, not only that, that 3rd shot, the ridiculous one, takes Hiko out of the round, something that you're always going to want to do when playing a team of Liquid, and here we're going to see that replay of it. The first one onto Elige, second one onto Adren, and this one we talked about quite a bit. That's Hiko going down, and then as he aggresses over into long, shoots 1 player in the back, and a great flash there. Some team play lets him take down Kusta and complete the ace.
Definitely, that was a huge reason, right? Kusta would have definitely got that kill, maybe even won the round if not for that flash to help Cold get out long. So good on Luminosity having the presence of mind to use teamwork, even in a situation where one of your players is hot and getting all these frags.
See if Elige could put this Galil to work again. We saw his opening lower B up to the catwalk in a previous round where he bested Fallen. I think that'll be hard to replicate. As he's got the Galil, everyone else with the Tech 9s. It is actually Kusta with his Tech 9 that kills Taco. First kill of the round, but look at Fur. He's already up at the old green boxes. He's 1 and done, though. Elige takes him out. And coldzera just waiting inside of a smoke. He's going to hear that these players have gone past. Fnax gets 1 out in middle, and coldzera in such a strong position right now. They're going to have no idea. Oh, they are fortunate enough to spot him as they jump back up onto that B platform. But coldzera also able to sneak away.
They just let a dangerous man fall back into a pretty good spot, but he did give up the site for a reason. And now they have a retake. I mean, it's really Liquid who have a huge... What the... No, hit him twice! Oh my god, actually hit him through the door and then finish the kill with another hit. Wow, unbelievable.
Here's Kusta, nice little flash. Might have forced Cold to turn a bit, so Kusta wins that battle. Now it's all on Fallen. Already that ridiculous kill there through the doors at middle. He's going to go for this one-on-two, jumping and looking over the wall. Spots one on the platform, and I think he knows now that one is right there below him. Trying to take that battle, switching between targets, running out of time, and now trying to actually feign the retreat, moving in real quick. But it's Adren and Team Liquid who win on Tech 9s and won Galil.
Yeah, they actually made it happen. I thought Cole's position was going to be incredibly dangerous for them once he was in that smoke lurking out of it, but once that player jumped up on Xbox, switching back into the tunnels, they had a better round going for them. No, Liquid steal up another one, and we're getting close to the end of the half here. It's the last round, and Liquid their buy is not that bad, but it's actually much better than Luminosity's, who are on several pistols, an MP9 and a Scout.
Yeah, glass cannon Scout as well for Fallen. We did see that one ridiculous round where he stopped them from crossing long with the jump scouting antics. That might be hard to replicate, though, here in round 15. The next point close with this DZ on the catwalk. Some spam coming through from Elige. Actually does a little bit of damage to Taco. But like we're going to keep playing it slow.
Very interesting setup. I actually have one right by the door and one on Cat by himself, but I think, oh yeah, that's FNX and right. We have a pretty tattered buy, so this is like a situation where you try to make an individual play, get a kill, and then regroup, but our split up right now, well, almost getting 2 MP9 kills, doing about 180 damage there, holding down long. That's pretty much his job done. And now it's on the rest of his teammates to pitch in.
Yeah, that's massive. He's brought Hiko down to pretty much one-shot range from a lot of those pistols that Luminosity has, and of course the Scout as well. So still a 4-on-4 Liquid with the equipment advantage. Fallen very blind, not spotting a player crossing on the catwalk. And it's going to be Fnex to be tested next, hiding out in the stairwell. He's going to be the one to peek out. He finds one bullet left. You know you can't reload that in time, so Hiko moves in and he takes him out. It's 1-for-1, and that maintains even strength for both teams. coldzera with the deagle, looking for the one dig, just giving up the angle as they peek, so he's forced to flick back over. He misses it. Adren with a double. Now Liquid, there they go. They do remedy the half. They got off to such a poor start, but they end up finding 5 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, from an awful start to what could have been like a 12-3, 13-2 half, they actually managed to get 5 rounds, so that's something to be said. Luminosity, however, looked really good there on their CT side, and overall, I think Cold is just the man of the hour at the moment.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest takeaway from that first half, is just how incredibly well Cold was playing. The other thing was, they actually played 3 heavy on B quite a lot, and they actually did lose one of those rounds when B was tested. About the only time B was really tested. But they did a good job holding on to A and going for the retakes every single time, as Liquid focused on that A site quite a bit.
Yeah, and this is where it all comes down to, right? I mean, ultimately, they're in dangerous territory where a pistol becomes quite important. It won't be it might be I mean, I would say it wouldn't be the end of the world for Liquid versus any other team, but versus Luminosity, it'll be a really steep hill to climb if they don't win it.
Yeah, and in their recent online match, which was just 4 days ago on Dust2, it was Liquid that got none of the pistols and still kept it somewhat close. So it'll be a big help to them in the second half if Liquid are able to come away with it. Probably get the crowd going as well.
Identical pistols right now. Actually, Cold actually making it to lower instead of staying in spawn with the Glock. What? Oh my gosh, 3 HP from Nitro.
Yeah, Nitro gets gooshed up there immediately, down to 3 HP, and Adren spotting a car, but flashback. These Luminosity players have made up so much ground. They're already going to be getting onto this A site, and look at coldzera. This is what's really important here. He maintains that cat control. There's not enough space for 5 players to sit on the A site, so they plant for cat, and they have gotten into pretty good post plants already.
5v5. Liquid actually have pretty decent retakes. Now they have long control. They know it's going to be a lot of cat pressure. It's going to come down to the kills here. Fallen has this angle that, is so powerful. It's like that nuke Raptors angle where you get to shoot down at people, and there it is. Drops the hammer on Hiko.
Well, Nitro will turn and shut down Fur, so they were extremely aware that that lurk potential from Fur was coming out. But Liquid, time is getting pretty low, and look at Fnex at the quad box. He just gets the one, and now everyone got to storm off the catwalk. They take down the diffuser. It's Fallen, and then Taco with 2. So that's Luminosity grabbing both pistols here on Dust2.
One thing the Brazilians are so good at doing is when it's time if you make a move, they know when to all push a smoke together, right? It's almost something that doesn't have to be communicated between them. They are really good about their explosiveness, and there's no one in hesitation. It's kind of like they know when to make the decision, when the risky play is okay if they do it together, and you can see that cohesiveness shine through it. What a shot from Fallen!
Goodness. He might have still been able to see the side of Lee's just a little bit, so he lines it up through the door, gets the headshot. Taco, meanwhile, with the MAC-10 to find Kusta. Double scout still in play for Liquid. Hiko is pretty low on 17 HP. And Adren maybe going to get caught with a flash now. He'll throw. He's going to try to pop, flash, and push. Just finds the one kill. Fur there with the trade. Luminosity have 4 players up, and it's just the scouts here for Liquid.
They've got a lot of work to do. I mean, not converting this round is a really big loss from the standpoint of just being down so much.
Very smart planting position there, knowing that the scouts might be in play, or it doesn't even matter for that CT weapons, just jumping and shooting there. So many kills happen. So well done from Luminosity. They'll survive with 3.
Yeah, that's the spot you plant at when anybody can jump up. Elevator, you don't have cat control. Well, if you don't have cat control, you have to worry about it, but you can still plant on that side of the box and only take damage from the side. So it's a slight risk, but because people just go elevator and jump up, and you know people rotate through CT so often, it's really important just to stay alive as the planter, because if you go down while planting the bomb, that's a huge waste of you as a player in the server.
What a trend with the USP, the first kill. Nitro gets the second, and then Luminosity to answer back. Things make sense as all the AKs pick up the frags, but what a shot that must have been from Adren. Now Kusta into the pit with the USP. He'll go down.
Yeah, so the story of this game, 2 pistol rounds going in the way of Luminosity, an extremely strong CT side to kick it off versus Liquid, and they put Liquid in the most horrible position, right? Like, Liquid, in my opinion, there's a lot of good to be said about their CT side, but if you're down 13-5, you can really get a chance to play it. It's going to be really tough, and they've only got a certain amount of chances against these extremely powerful players.
Well, we saw Elysian Kusta be very, very dangerous when they got aggressive on the catwalk in their map yesterday against Selfless. Will it have the same effect as they go for it right away into the first rifle of the second half? Kusta with the op. They've smoked off so that they can't be bothered from lower B, and Kusta's just trying to look for this first pick. Someone encroaching up on the catwalk or crossing over to the old green boxes.
Look at all this utility to shy them off Cat. It's like Luminosity are completely in their head right now. Had a good beat on what was going on and did a great job of neutralizing Kusta just now. They used a lot of resources, mind you, and have only done a bit of damage, but the key element of what that accomplished was it pushed them back.
And Hiko mentioned yesterday that they wanted to play more aggressive on their CT sides on every map to stop allowing teams to pull off their execute. And actually, kind of, because they took so much utility there, Luminosity that is, to get cat control, now they don't really have an opportunity to execute. They're just going to have to rely on hitting their shots.
Kusta knows he's the pressure point right now. Nitro actually getting a kill, and Elise jumping through a smoke. Doesn't work out too well. Kusta, there it is. Gets that shot off, holds off Cat, now his teammates are rotating behind him.
Yep, so cat control, and one player going to go CT for Liquid on the retake. It's 4-on-3. coldzera holding out on the ramp. Only flashes available to Liquid right now on the retake, and not even a single kit. So Luminosity, even though they're a man down, they're not in the worst position. Cold getting flashed up, but he can't see again. He comes away with the first kill onto Nitro, and he's still alive. Goes out for the re-peek. He will fall, but a lot of damage done there. Now Fallen hitting the shot onto Hiko. It's a 1 versus 1. Adren versus Fallen. Adren goes for the op. We will have that sniper duel. Adren, of course, an opera once upon a time for this team, but he's going to have to give it up. No kits into the equation for Liquid.
Wow, Fallen didn't actually bother playing at long plat, which I think it was planned for, and expected a fight to be taken, and it was just the right play. So in that 1v1, at a very critical moment, Luminosity actually take it, and now have a substantial lead. On top of that, because it was a clutch, it's really tough for Liquid. They got to save for sure. There was no one left to save their weapons to recycle into this round, and it looks like they made the decision just to buy a couple of pistols, you know, right before match point. So they're going to have to play from 15-5 and do quite the opposite of what happened to them.
Let's see if Adren can do what Kusta did yesterday. Remember when he had that op, he was the only person on his team with an op and armor, everyone else on just a full eco, and he came away with the 4K to win them around.
That would be cool to see.
Still 5-on-5. Player in the upper tunnels there, maintaining that control, and Luminosity, the rest of them actually have already moved out long, taking a ton of map control towards the A side of the map. Wow, Elige, he spots the shadow. We've been seeing so many people play from that side of the door on the CT side. But Taco not going to allow it. Here's a Dren with that first op shot. He's going to be heating up, nearly getting one more on the drop off of the catwalk. And he knows he's got to play very, very aggressive. So he flashes for Kusta. Kusta moves in, takes out that kill onto Taco. Bomb going to be going down pretty soon, but Adren poised on Cat already for this retake. Man advantage for Liquid. And again, they're in a situation where they don't have a kit. And now Fallen along with his op. He's going to take down Hiko. Falling back with that knife just in the nick of time. Spotted Nitro, and he goes right back for the repeat. Such confidence here from Fallen. Now Fur finds Kusta. That leaves Adren all alone with that op. He did start out with one of the first kills here for Liquid, but forced to fall back.
See how quickly Luminosity fell into those perfect afterblast positions, and then Fallen, of course, to be so reliable, get those 2 frags at long, and come back to even be able to help his teammates out on the cap pressure. And now it's just the Dren here to try to recycle his op, but he won't be able to do it. There's players behind him, in front of him. He's in the Luminosity sandwich. He's covered in their sauce.
Oh God. Good imagery, thank you. So that's match point right now for Luminosity, and the money situation, I mean, they were coming off of a save there, so they should be able to amount to something on the side of Liquid. And yeah, it's actually a pretty decent buy. They'll pull out the double ops, but now, of course, you're on match point. We've got an auto sniper and 2 ops looking down middle, and Kusta has taken some damage because of it, and he's going to get cleaned up immediately. Taco gets the first kill.
How can you not go for the next B-hop in that situation? Like, you have to. You know you've already got far enough, but you need to complete the sequence. I completely understand why Kusta did that.
And Taco finding 1 and 2, nearly a third as Nitro is running right back into his crosshair, but he gets the kill onto Taco. Luminosity 4 on 3. And well, everyone else besides Taco is playing pretty reserved. Taco was really trying to make a statement that round.
Liquid looking worse for wear now. 3v4. What?
It's a Dren out in middle.
Okay.
I guess Colt had his op as well, and might have been looking at the doors, and Dren bests him, so that'll turn it into a 3-on-3. Molotov pushes a Dren back. He's going to flash. There's a smoke down at the top of mid as well. That's some team damage. A little love tap there from FNX with that T-auto sniper.
Now we can see from the posturing of the T's, if they decide to go long here, that's their freest option. They don't actually have to cross any angles, and they'd be able to run towards A. A long cross smoke would be invaluable at this moment. Actually decided to regress middle. Adren now, assuming he has the presence of mind to watch long for good reason, but it's not happening. Wow, and the lower player goes down. That's Elige. Headshotted, and this might actually allow... Wait, they're making too much noise.
This may work out, right? Because they killed a Legion lower B, so now Liquid are fully expecting the B take. They have, however, baited out the first shot from Nitro, so Adren hits his. It's a 2-on-2 right now. Auto Sniper still in play here on FNX, and that's coming on the flank, and Adren getting shot down in the back. And Nitro, the double box is inside, a sick shot there onto Fur, turning this into a 1 versus 1, nearly taking 1 out of the air, and on time, Liquid will win the round.
Yeah.
Fallen was still pumped up, and maybe second-guessed myself.
I know, yeah. Oh, that was super close. Just 1 second more, and Nitro would have got that kill, or Nitro would have got killed. Super close call, but yeah, Liquid just stayed strong on the left side of mid to B, and we're basically staged up, ready for anyone to come across Cat to look for some shots there. And if it was going to be a B hit through tunnels, they had 2 people in perfect position to push into the site. Wouldn't even be considered a retake in that situation. They'd be so close to the site, they could take a peek easily.
Oh, Elige is going to find them setting up and jumping around. Elige with the quick double, pushing off of the Cat. He's aware that someone's in lower B as well, spinning there. Fallen takes him down, and then FNX to find Hiko. So Elige starts off the round very, very strong, but it turns back into a 3-on-3. And Taco, he had a MAC-10 initially, but he will go in for the FAMAS, picked off of one of his teammates. And Nitro on low HP, he finds that kill on that Taco. He's got another individual battle to win here. Trying to play around the box. We'll spot 1. Fallen, meanwhile, taking down Kusa. So it's a 2-on-2, but FNX caught in 2 mines, had 2 players to deal with, so he goes down, and it's Fallen now 1 versus 2.
Wow, absolutely fantastic job staying alive on the site from Nitro. And it seemed like at first Liquid just put too much they put too much value on looking for information in that round, so we had pushes come out across the map, and when Elige found his kill, Hiko was already pushed in upper tunnel, so I think they were relying on someone failing there. But it turned out to be the second push, and Fallen might actually find a kill off of this push. Wow, he does. Will he expect to see someone behind him? No. Throws a second smoke of the round and falls off to A. could be a good time to just push out here. He's got very low HP. That's Nitro to look for this kill, and he can actually do it. Oh my gosh, it's so close. Followed with 6 HP. Has the op, doesn't know that Nitro was that hurt. Maybe he does. Taco could have mentioned that he's done some damage to this player.
No nades for either players right now, so it's going to come down to the aim and maybe just a little bit of timing and Fallen with the flick shot. Another ridiculous clutch here from Fallen. 1v2 on Dust2. He had a 1v3 on Train the other day, and he is just